Thanks for joining us, everyone. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan. Here with me today, Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. And now a quick check of our starting lineups for both teams. And guys, checking out Trevor Ariza. What can we expect from him?
The thing you notice right off the bat from the statistics, just his three-point percentage. I mean, it's a terrific number, and it's a combination of things. Good shot selection, his mechanics are solid, and his movement on the perimeter is outstanding.
And Steve, just like you, when you shot, you had a favorite spot on the floor when you played. His favorite spot seems to be that three from the corner.
Yeah. Back to the road tomorrow as this is the final game of the Grizzlies homestand. A great start to the season for them, notching 3 wins to tip it off.
When I look at Memphis, with the way they started the season, they'd have you thinking they were one of the favorites coming in instead of the exact opposite.
Yeah, Clark, I mean, there were a lot of teams getting a ton of attention in the preseason, and let's just say they were not one of them.
That finish brings me back to the old days, the silky smooth finger roll.
And Zach Randolph, the bucket on the assist by Conley.
Yeah, the battle for that lay-in. Excellent, tough defense, but he found a way to get it down anyway.
Memphis shooting their first free throw this game. Free throw good, Randolph. For the Houston Rockets, they come into tonight following a loss to the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
And I think the sort of issues they had on defense, in part at least, was a bigger factor. Really compounded, I think, because it was on the road. You have to be sharper when you go out and play as a visitor.
Yeah, everything has to be tight. You can't be loose in any aspect of your game. You're fighting against the crowd and the opponent. You've got to be tougher mentally and physically if you're going to win on the road.
Now here is Carter. He's coming off a 25-point game against Detroit.
And he really kept his head down, was drawing contact, getting himself to the line, played an aggressive game. That was a big-time help for him and his team.
The Rockets have gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. Smith kicks to Terry. Outside, Jones. It's rebounded by Gasol.
An easy look there, but, you know, he misses those once in a while.
Tries yet again. Nice shot by Terry. Terry's got his first 2 points. Looking at Memphis, they took the win in their last game against Detroit.
Well, Kevin, they constructed a perfect offensive game plan going into that game, and it was quickly apparent how powerless the defense was to stop it.
Powerless is a good way to put it, Steve. We're unlikely to see that many uncontested baskets again anytime soon.
Ariza, no one. Grizzlies have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Here's Gasol. And another miss by Memphis.
Good percentage shot, though. That's one they'll take any day of the week.
And it's blocked by Conley. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. And Vince Carter with the slam.
You can see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And what a play to make in a close game. A potential momentum builder.
Here's Smith. Following the score by Vince Carter. And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball here. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Well, Kevin McHale gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. He brought up Marc Gasol, a kind of sleeper player he thinks could give them trouble. Coach said he's a guy 7 foot plus. He's very skilled, can shoot and finish over either shoulder, and he doesn't shy away from contact. He's a guy you have to really pay attention to. And I've told our guys, we can't let him have a big game. Fellas, we'll see how they do against him.
Thanks again, Doris.
Well, yeah, he had not established position.
You know, I prefer the refs to whistle with a block when in doubt. I thought that was a good call there.
Ariza kicks to Terry. Misses off the left eye.
That's one he knows he should have made.
Conley dishes to Carter. Feeds to Allen. From downtown, Terry grabs the board. Rockets have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. He nails it, and we're tied up.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
And that's going to open things up for them on the perimeter going forward, Clark.
Conley kicks to Carter. first quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. 6 on the shot clock. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. And let's check out a group of shooting guards that have been doing some dirty work inside lately, averaging the most rebounds per game at their position over the last 10 games. Vince Carter on top.
And a two-guard who's as prolific as a rebounder as he is, that's a rare breed in the NBA. I mean, it defies conventional wisdom that he's able to pull down as many boards as he does from that position.
Well, I start with his athleticism, Steve. I mean, that makes it possible. And he's got a nice feel for playing in the post as well. He doesn't look out of place down there like a lot of shooting guards do.
And the Grizzlies making a change here. Rufus is checked in.
A moment here now to see how the numbers are going for Michael Conley. Third in steals, and of course passing, such a big part of his game, one of the top 15 leading assist men in the NBA.
And I think, Steve, there's an awful lot to be said about his top 3 ranking in steals average. I mean, he really thrives on playing defense, and you should when your hands are as quick as his. I mean, that's something you want to use to the benefit of your team.
Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. You look at Memphis, third best record here in the early going. And, of course, Houston, not in the same realm right now in terms of their record.
You know, taking a look at Memphis, quite honestly, guys, they're playing a brand of basketball that very few people thought they were capable of playing at any point this season. Never mind right from the start.
And for a team that might not have the talent of some of the other top clubs around the league, getting off to this good start has been critical. I think a slow start might have doomed them. And his specialty is tracking down those great offensive rebounds that oftentimes he can put right back up for an easy deuce.
Steve, he is always on the prowl. I mean, you got to body him up early, or he'll stake out that prime real estate for those second shot opportunities.
Ariza kicks to Howard. Back to Ariza. The Grizzlies have gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. And Carter backs in. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Carter's got 7 points. The Rockets have gone 7 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. The drive by Smith, and the shot is good. Grizzlies have gone 6 of 9, shooting it well. Here's Allen. Good D by Howard.
That's the kind of defense required when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were right in his face.
Ariza with the bucket.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
Yep, that's something that the defense has to put a stop to. Maybe a defensive adjustment is necessary here.
Now here's Conley. His last outing, he had 8 points. Kufis kicks to Randolph. Passes it to Carter. Ariza with the rebound.
Yeah, he's surprised he didn't make that one because he had a pretty clean look at the hoop.
He dishes it to Terry. Hits it from three-point range. Terry's got 7.
And the story of this game in the early stages is just how well they've been shooting the ball.
Steve, their percentage from the floor is really impressive up to this point.
Houston making a switch here. Now here's Lee. He's coming off a 16-point game against Detroit. Conley with the 3. Rebounded by Maniunas. Rockets leading by 6. Smith with it. Conley picks him up. Pass to Papanicolo. Back to Smith. Dishes it to Garcia. It's good. The assist that time from Smith.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
I just love the mentality they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing anything. They're moving it side to side and working to get a good shot.
The pass to Papanicolo. Tries from 16. And Houston again with the bucket.
They're really struggling defensively, giving up too many easy buckets.
And they've been on fire offensively as a result, Clark.
Smith outside. Here's the floater. And Lee pulls it down. The Grizzlies trail by 10. Offensive struggles continue, missing again.
Steve, they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass today.
Yeah, it's impressive, too. Clark's already gotten them a +5 margin in the rebound column.
Conley into the lane. The Grizzlies shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And the team free throw numbers for this club this season, very impressive. About 80% from the line.
Those are good numbers for any team. I mean, they can feel extremely good about their free throw shooting percentage this season.
Johnson, he's checked in for Houston.
I love the aggressiveness with their approach, pounding the ball inside, and it's working.
They are owning this game early. They are constantly finding lanes to the basket.
Now here is Conley, averaging 18 points a game. Memphis moving that ball around. And again, Memphis no good. And here is Johnson. The dish to Maniunas. Poked loose. He gets it up. So as we end the first quarter, already
on tap. This.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Rockets.
You got to like the consistency they're showing with that mid-range shot.
Also, what passing we've seen from them here early. I mean, there could be a big number in the assist column if this keeps up.
This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. We've got Johnson, and it's Maniunas in at the 4 spot. Rockets have been unsuccessful at the line so far, 0 of 3, and looking to make their first free throw of the game right now. And the Rockets making a change here. Adrian's checked in. Now here's Lee. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
Well, they've done a lot of things right, but I agree with you, Clark. Their rebounding is right there at the top of the list.
Johnson, the pass to Papanikolaou, kicks it to Daniels. On the wing, Johnson. No good on the 3. The Grizzlies trail by 12. Here's Pondexter, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off. Now, as far as the defense goes, Clark, that is not what's going to keep them in this league.
Yeah, but from the other perspective, you can see just how much that dunk pumped those players up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I agree, guys. I sense a little bit of a momentum shift here.
Daniels with it, covered by Lee. Here's Papanikolaou. A three-pointer, no good. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. A drive by Lee.
As the season ramps up, Kevin, let's take a look at how the Grizzlies are doing in the team rankings. Second in rebounding, 4th in free throw percentage, and they're in the top half of the league in fewest turnovers. When you can be in that company, you're giving yourself a chance to be a winning team.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Clark. And what jumps out to me is the rebounding, because when you can rebound the basketball as a team, you can stay in every game. Even if you're not shooting the ball well, you rebound, you get extra possessions, and you allow your team the ability to make a comeback.
Memphis has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Here's Pondexter. They get it again. Pass to Clark. Tries again. It's rebounded by Daniels.
You know, that mid-range jump shot is not his strong suit, even when he gets a good look like that.
Down low. Here's Maniunas. Rejected by Clark. And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball here. Teams that make their free throws, they're so tough down the stretch. Let's check out the best. The Grizzlies 4th.
And that's why this is an aggressive team, guys. I mean, they want to get to the rim because with that shooting percentage, why wouldn't you want to shoot free throws?
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Adams checked in. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. Timeout called, the Rockets. And as with any timeout at this point of the game, important to go over the strategies that are working and those that are needed in terms of adjustments. And, of course, the opportunity, guys, to get hydrated with Gatorade before coming back onto the floor. We've seen some good action so far, and there's more of it to come.
Yeah, this game has been physical, it's been fast, it's been high-paced. So anytime you're in a situation like this where it's really a hard-fought game, critical to keep yourself hydrated throughout. Oh, the rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
I thought it might be a little imprudent to try to get those points right back, but it worked.
And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
Yeah, it feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
And this is what the schedule looks like for Houston. They'll face the Lakers after this one. That'll be at home. And that will be the first game of 5 straight at home. Houston leading by 7. He kicks it to Adrian. And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball here. Here's what Memphis has lined up on their schedule. When this game is done, they'll be off to take on the Raptors. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Here's Johnson. He's got 6. They double team Johnson. He feeds it to Moniunas. The shot is off. Good D by Gasol. Memphis has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Boy, he is a strong finisher on the fast break.
Yeah, he sure is. He remains in total control, even at full speed. I love that about him.
Johnson outside. There's the feed to Moniunas. Papanicolo, the pass to Johnson. No good again that time.
Got a pretty good look at the basket, but defensively they did a nice job rotating, forcing the miss.
Here's Clark. Nice D from Moniunas.
Well, that's a low percentage shot right there.
Yeah, it sure is. I mean, he's got to be thinking out there a little better. Make the pass in that situation. Don't force a bad shot.
The Grizzlies trail by 7, and it's Gasol penetrating. Defended by Moniunas. And Gasol gets it to go.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
I think it's time to make some adjustments defensively, Clark. I mean, what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Now here's Johnson. Daniels dishes to Adrian. And that one's good. Daniels. And the Rockets lead by 7.
Boy, that was impressive. Major height disadvantage, but he still got the shot up over his man.
Well, he's got the poise to handle any matchup, and he's not easily intimidated. You can see that there.
And there's the foul. It's on Earl Clark. That is his first foul of the game.
And, you know, these calls can be some of the toughest in the game for the officials.
It all happened so fast, but I really think that was the right call. The defender was not really set in that situation.
Now here's Terry. He's coming off a 10-point game against Oklahoma City. Sinks the three-pointer. Terry's got 10 points.
That's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
And Carter backs in. Allen outside. They get it back. A second chance effort. The Grizzlies have gone 5 of 7 from the free throw line in the game. And that one misses. Is Smith. He's checked in for Houston. He hits the second from the line. Terry with it. 10 points for him. It's Ariza on the wing. Houston shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
Well, the season numbers for this club are really low. I mean, this is something that the team has been focusing on. They've got to improve.
You know, their percentages dropped off just a little bit compared to last year, guys, but it's not a huge drop-off, so no major concern.
Kuvis checked in for the Grizzlies.
And a moment here to see the numbers for Dwight Howard. 7th in field goal percentage, 16th in rebounding. And he's been using his size and quickness to great effect defensively. He's in the top 20 in the league in blocks per game.
And, Steve, you touched on his outstanding field goal percentage. I mean, he hasn't gotten there just simply by having a hot hand on occasion. I mean, it's also a product of how hard he works to find those good open shots.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Rockets will retain possession.
13 seconds on the shot. 13.
Here's Smith. Banked in off the glass. Smith's got 8 points.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividend.
Yeah, it sure has, Clark. I mean, with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, they really haven't had to do much on the perimeter.
Got a piece of it. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. He's got 10.
You know, it seems like when they've gone to him, he's really come through. And that's not something they should get away from.
Outside for Randolph. He passes to Conley. Allen, right side. Lays it in without an inch of room around him.
Now they're finally starting to shoot the ball a little bit better now.
You know, I thought this was the kind of play they needed in the first quarter, but as I always like to say, it's better late than never.
Now here's Terry. He's got 10. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it. A quick look now at some big men that have been rock solid over the past 10 games. The top shooting centers and power forwards in the NBA. In the third spot, Dwight Howard.
You know, it's one thing to be able to create high-quality shots for yourself, but you still have to finish. And there's no doubt all those guys can do both.
Yeah, every sentence needs a period. It's one thing to get the shot off, but you need to finish. You need to take care of business in there. Most of their chances are easy ones.
Ariza with the bucket.
What are they thinking, leaving him with all that space out there? Do they not know? Have they not heard that this guy is unbelievable? That's a layup for him. Up high and down hard with the one hand.
Got a little extra forceful with that one, didn't he?
Yes, sir.
I think he's hoping to kind of get his teammates going a little bit, fellas.
We've got 1:08 left in the first half. Howard with a screen on Conley. Smith with it. Zach Randolph covering. Terry kicks to Smith. It's Ariza on the wing. Fires for three. The offensive rebound. Jones, the pass to Howard. No good off the front iron. The Grizzlies trail by 12. The drive by Randolph.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam. You're right.
If he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
Now, here is Smith. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Oklahoma City.
He was exquisite in that game, Kevin. It wasn't just the scoring, it was the passing, too. And his teammates, you could tell, were just really enjoying playing with him.
.26 seconds left to play in the first half. Rockets leading by 8. He tries for three. Howard dishes to Jones. Ariza. Terry outside. A three-pointer is right on target. Terry's got 13 points. Randolph with the ball. 23 points for him the last game against Detroit.
He was a factor defensively as well. He blocked 2 shots. I thought he changed several others.
And so that brings the first half to a close.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
What a better way. A closely
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. What a game we're seeing from Jason Terry.
Wow, the threes have just been dropping for him. Absolute dead-eye shooting in that first half.
Could not have been a more productive day for him from long range.
They've got Marc Gasol. Tony Allen is out there with Conley. Then Zach Randolph. And it's Carter in at the 3 spot. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. Well, something you never like to see, but guys, he definitely looks hurt.
Yeah, he's not happy right now. You can see it's really hurting him.
Sure can, Steve. I mean, it's difficult to say exactly how serious it is, but hopefully we'll have an update soon.
Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Houston. Stolen by Randolph. And he lobs it up toward the rim. And it's Carter missing.
Oh, they're now +5 in the rebound category, really controlling the glass.
And rebounding is one of those non-glamour stats. I mean, it takes work and effort and tenacity and physicality. But when you look at the scoreboard, you can see the correlation.
Gotta love the finger roll up and over the defense.
Smith with it. Conley picks him up. Here's Ariza. Here's Howard. And this is his third trip to the line tonight.
Well, not the best statistic for him. I mean, his performance at the line, of course, very low numbers.
And I know he's got to be upset at himself for shooting so poorly at the line. So I would think he'll be doing everything he can to bring those numbers up.
Outside, Randolph makes the lead pass. Allen for three. And Jones pulls it down. Jones has got 5 rebounds tonight.
And the offense continues to struggle. Just one make in their 5 attempts.
Smith kicks to Howard. Back to Smith. Outside, Jones. No good on the triple.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide open opportunities. Take a look here at what Carter's been doing. 9 points, and he's chalked up 1 3-pointer on the day as well.
Yeah, a lot of times he's one of those players who can get hot and stay hot from the 3-point line. So I look for him to continue to search for shots out there. 100% free throw shooting this half, guys.
Efficiency is so crucial when you're trying to overcome a deficit, Steve.
Ariza outside. It's Jones on the wing. Again, the miss by Jones.
And they've missed the first 3 shots of the third quarter.
Stolen by Terry. Right side, Terry. Smith outside. Smith off a pick from Howard. Terry with it, and Allen picks him up defensively. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Oh, that's blocked.
You know, sometimes refs can do more harm than good. It certainly looks that way for them. They've been cold coming out and have yet to find the bottom of the net. No hesitation at all on that alley-oop. Saw his teammate with the pass to the hoop, and bang! Lobbed it right up there for him.
And he was ready for it, elevated, made the catch. You saw the result.
And I like the choice, making the conservative finish, making sure of the 2 points.
Here's Jones, following the score by Vince Carter. Jones drives in.
Yeah, the referee's all over that one.
No doubt about it. Clearly a foul. Nothing to argue about there.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
You know, it's been a bad day for them at the line today as a whole, and far too often, that's the case for this team.
Tayshaun Prince is checked in for Zach Randolph. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Gasol setting the pick for Conley. Feeds to Prince. Gasol. And down it goes. Jamming that one home. This game's going to take a big swing. Clark, if the D continues to clear out like that and give up easy dunks.
Yeah, that's the kind of defense we expect to see in a blowout, Kevin, or even an exhibition game, not a close game like this.
Look how frustrated Steve is over here.
Well, I just, you know what,
he's disgusted.
Come on, I just like that he didn't choose to just lay it up. I mean, he threw it down with force.
They get a hand on it. Jones with the screen on Prince. Terry off the pick from Jones. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way. 15 points for Jason Terry. Prince backing him down. Back to Conley. Passes to Carter. Gasol setting the pick for Carter. And he just jumps right over Dwight Howard. Oh my goodness.
Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, you know, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
Still, I mean, it's startling that he'd even try that right now.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Well, if you believe that a point guard's defense is just as important as his offense, then these guys have been outstanding lately. The point guard steal leaders from the past 10 games. Michael Conley is second.
And with these guys, they're always going to give you an outstanding effort at both ends of the floor. And it takes very aggressive defense to put up steal numbers like that.
And that kind of aggression is exactly what you need from your point guard, Steve. At the point of attack, he sets the tone for your defense. And this bunch gives their counterparts very little room to operate on the perimeter.
Lee passes to Carter.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Well, those could be an important 2 points, too, guys, in a close game like this one.
Howard dishes to Ariza. Jones. Lots of room. Here's Howard. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
He Almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
And you can hear the reaction of the fans to that call.
Well, it's obvious they did not like it, Steve.
Zach Randolph's checked in for the Grizzlies. Allen comes in for Vince Carter. Now Garcia. Following the miss by Michael Conley from deep. Ariza no up.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys. But as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
Tough call there and a tough break for the defense.
But, you know, I think you could still see him kind of sliding in there. I don't have a problem with the call.
Randolph against Howard. Smith kicks to Howard. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Now it's a 4-point Houston lead.
He's very savvy in traffic. When he gets inside, has a kind of an uncanny way of shielding himself from contact and finding a way to finish at the rim.
And I also can't get over how much energy he expends rebounding the basketball. He goes all out on the boards every single night.
And the shot is good. 16 points for Zach Randolph.
You know, they really aren't putting up any resistance on the low block. That's the 5th consecutive basket inside.
And, Steve, these looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
Now, here's Ariza. 9 points in the game so far.
You know what, guys? He can really light it up from the perimeter at times.
And stolen by Ariza. Ariza, right side. Soft touch off the glass. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Houston.
Their activity at the defensive end, Kevin, has been really impressive. Attacking and coming away with steals.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
Here's Allen. That's in there. Conley with the assist. 6 points for Allen.
Boy, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip. They've got a battle inside.
Well, this game has been tough, Clark. I mean, they're getting after it, and I think we're starting to run a little bit low on energy, possibly.
Now here's Lee. After the miss from Papanikolaou. Conley, the pass to Lee. The Rockets pull it in. Aniunas has got 6 rebounds in the game. And this is the first season matchup for them against the Grizzlies.
And over the course of last season, they dropped the majority of their games when facing this team.
And a look here now, Kevin, at how the Rockets are stacking up as we get this season underway in the NBA stats. 8th in blocks, 19th in three-point field goal percentage, and not going too well in the rebounding category, the bottom third of the NBA. They've got plenty of work to do to get that number up.
And this is a team that really relies on those blocks that you talked about, Clark, because when they're at their best, they're really challenging every shot. They cover up, they close out on jump shooters, and if you penetrate and get to the rim, they've got a host of shot blockers there waiting for you.
You know, going back to Steve's point, this series was not one of the highlights of the season last year.
Yeah, Kev, you wouldn't expect them to come out on the wrong end of that series, but it happened that way, and we'll see what happens going forward.
The Grizzlies trail by 11. Allen outside. Prince outside. Drains it from beyond the arc. The Rockets have gone 7 for 16 the second half from the field, shooting a bit under 50%. And it's Terry off the drive. Prince with the defensive effort.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far. They've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
Well, that's why they're on this run, guys. They're getting the ball inside and getting really high percentage looks. Yeah, beautiful drive there, going right around the bigger man.
Pass to Papanikolaou. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Randolph. Randolph's got 8 rebounds in this game. It's Allen with the drive. Battles through traffic and lays it in.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
Houston making some changes. Marc Gasol is checked in for Randolph. Clark comes in for Tayshaun Prince. And it's Carter in for Courtney Lee. Here's Garcia. Carter with the block. And they'll keep possession. Jones dishes to Smith. Back to Jones. Now the pass to Terry. Kicks to Smith. Outside, Jones. Here's Carter, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
And guys,
Tune in.
Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. Here's Smith. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. So on the floor for Houston, Ish Smith is out there with Terry. Then there's Terrence Jones. Then it's Trevor Ariza. And it's Howard in at center. Here's Smith. And he takes that one up and powers it through. Nice arms and determination that time. Clark to get to the rim.
We know he can bounce, and right there an example of how dangerous he is when he's got a path to the hoop.
and you love the versatility, guys. Being a point guard, and in this situation, they tack on 2 more points, expanding the lead in a pretty deflating way for the defense.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Lee's checked in. On the wing, Jones. Left side, Jones. Smith right side. And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball here.
Yeah, so close to picking that pass off, guys.
At least he got a hand on it. He did what he needed to do to make sure it didn't hit the target.
Zach Randolph's checked in for Earl Clark. Clock at 6. Stolen by Carter. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it.
The story in the first half was their low free throw percentage. They've corrected that here in the second half, and hopefully they can build on it as this game continues to progress.
Francisco Garcia. He's checked in for Jason Terry.
This is what they need to do in the second half to come out with a win. It's not the only thing, but when you convert free throws at the other end, you put a lot of pressure on the opponent to play solid defense against.
Another miss by Houston.
You really don't want to see him missing those mid-range shots, but when he's open, he's got to shoot it.
And that one's good.
And this game is really heated up. I didn't think it could get any more high scoring than it already was.
Well, there's always room for more offense, Steve. You know that.
And the Rockets making a change here. Moniunas is checked in. He dishes it to Ariza. Another shot. Gasol with the block. Conley with it. Now Smith defending. And there's the foul. It goes on Francisco Garcia. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Looked to me like the defender didn't get squared up and get his feet set.
Good work by the officials. A nice call. That play can be tough to judge sometimes.
Carter gets to Gasol. And they take the lead. They got on this a little while ago, and they just haven't looked back.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 baskets inside the lane. They have really established themselves inside.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Kevin McHale coaching his team during that break. He said, no time to waste, fellas. We've got to pick it up right now if we're going to make a comeback and try to win this thing. Let's go all out. Back to you.
Jason Terry. He's checked in for Francisco Garcia.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get too many better looks from that range.
Clark and Steve, neither team with a big advantage here in the fourth quarter.
5 times we've had the lead switch so far. I mean, back and forth we go.
Man, I think that total could rise, Clark, because 2 evenly matched teams playing a tough game.
And it's Terry off the drive. That's good from Howard, and the assist by Terry. Terry's got his 4th assist in this one.
I love it when a player like this shakes off a poor first half and comes back strong like he has, showing a lot of confidence in his game.
The shot's good from Carter.
His stroke has been dead on, inside, outside, wherever. The shot's just falling for him.
Smith gets to Moniunas for the 3. Tries to keep it alive, but they recover it.
Nice job on the offensive glass.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And it's slammed in by Howard.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And that's the play we're going to remember when this game is all said and done.
And Carter backs in. Carter right side. From 8. That misses off the backboard.
Boy, they were ready for him right there. I mean, totally collapsed the defense on him.
That free throw good from Maniunas. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. The Grizzlies trail by 3. And it's Lee penetrating. Can't get it to go. Good D by Howard.
Boy, I tell you what, the complexion of this game would be completely different if he'd shot the ball anything like he's capable of.
Ariza with the bucket.
Boy, he crashed the boards with purpose right there. Well-deserved second chance points for him.
Here's Lee, and there's a nice one-handed slam.
Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that.
Doesn't he make the basics look pretty exceptional?
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does them.
Well, he should stay with those basics in a tight ball game because we've got one here tonight.
The Grizzlies have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the fourth so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them. Carter kicks to Lee. Off target with his 3. Rockets leading by 5. Here's Terry.
When you're hot, you're hot. And that's certainly been the case for Jason Terry. He has 17 points, and he's got 9 points from behind the arc.
Yeah, that's been an important part of his game today. He's made his open looks.
And both free throws good for Terry.
Boy, his free throw shooting, just another reason he's such a good all-around player.
Gasol attacking, and the layup's good off the glass.
He's been much more effective in the second half than he was in the first.
Rockets have gone 7 of 13 from the field here in the fourth. Howard, the pass to Smith. Back to Howard. It's good, the assist that time from Smith. Smith's got his 9th assist in the game now.
This is a fantastic performance in this half. He didn't play as well in the first, but you just know with this guy, he's always ready to turn it around.
Well, he's been a real positive factor for them today, although, as a team, they've had a lot of negatives mixed in there as well.
And Smith gets double teamed. Dishes to Howard. Stolen by Michael Conley. Puts the lead pass in front of him. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. Terrence Jones has checked in for the Rockets. Allen for 3. The shot no good.
Boy, you wonder what the score of this game would be if they weren't pulling down all these rebounds.
Love what I'm seeing from them in the paint.
Ball's knocked loose. Terry kicks to Smith from deep. Good. Smith's got 6 here in this quarter.
He can be dangerous from outside. Sure, he didn't get one to go in the first, but we know he can get on a roll and knock him down.
And it's Carter penetrating.
He just picked up his 4th personal foul, and now he's got some foul trouble hanging over his head, guys.
The first free throw is good. Carter hits them both.
Boy, they needed those 2 free throws to go down. They're definitely within striking distance now.
Smith with it. Conley picks him up. It's stolen by Carter. Conley gets the bucket.
Well, that's the easiest opportunity an offense can get off a steal.
Exactly. No defense for that.
Rockets leading by 4. Smith outside. Poked away. Oh, here comes Conley. All alone. Here's Allen. It's in there. Conley with the assist. That's 10 points for Allen.
Yeah, he didn't have to slow down at all, guys. Just perfectly timed pass there. .146 left in the fourth quarter.
Smith drawing the double team. In low to Howard. It's rebounded by Memphis. Gasol's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Carter off a pick from Gasol. Carter kicks to Gasol.
You look at what Gasol has done so far. He has 8 points and 2 rejections. He's been an intimidator down low. Even if a shot gets over him, he's pulling down the board.
Yeah, he's pretty much controlled the area around the rim, dominating this game defensively.
He's been to the line here more than in the first. I thought he was a bit tentative in that first, but I like the aggressiveness he's showing here now. He's really the guy you want on the stripe in that situation. I mean, there's no doubt about it. He's clutch.
Ariza against Randolph. Now the dish to Terry. Goes up on the wing. They get the rebound. And it's slammed in by Howard.
A high-quality shot is almost always going to come off a rebound like that.
And Clark, he is so good at working his way inside, holding off the defenders under the glass, and being in the right position.
Knows how to use his body.
Yeah, and I just like the way he persistently pursues the pumpkin.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Earl Clark's checked in for Gasol. And it's Lee in for Tony Allen.
Oh, what a basket, and at the perfect time.
How about the courage and backbone of this guy? Wow.
And it's Conley penetrating. Randolph dishes to Carter. Back to Randolph. Pass to Carter. Shot clock at 5. And there's the foul to try to stop the break, and that'll be a clear path to the basket. 2 free throws coming up, and they'll retain possession. First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5. So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Showing off a very smooth stroke at the free throw line right there.
Terry outside. He kicks to Smith. And an intentional foul right there. Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there.
Probably time to just say it, guys. This game is over.
I think you're right on target there. My goodness, he sure can get off the ground.
One of the best in the business, for sure. You're right.
Such an imposing finisher around the rim. Intimidating to the defense, really.
And so they foul intentionally. It's the first, and that increases their lead to 6. And so both free throws are good. And it's a 7-point game. Now a timeout called by Memphis. They're losing by 7. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
Well, this one's in the bag. I mean, I commend them for really putting forth the effort until the very end. But this thing's over.
You know, sometimes you just have to throw up the white towel and let fate run its course so you can get on to the next game.
Johnson outside. Knocked away. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it. And there's Conley outside. Offline. So Houston wins it.